It is time.
What happened to the
Yo? yeah.
You know, we got some comments of that. Someone was like, yeah, someone's like, I had my volume up all the way and it woke me up.
Yo! Before I forget, episode 394, TeaDB. You heard it first.
Let's go.
Hashtag tea stains. My goodness, look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Adds a little to the next cup. You know?
Totally.
Yeah, giving it back.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we got some good old-fashioned Baozhong going on.
Some impeachment Baozhong, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, thank God. Yeah.
Nixon.
Yeah.
1976, according to this, yes. Tricky dick.
Ooh.
How are we smelling?
Smells very good. It smells old.
Okay.
Yeah,
good,
it definitely does. Look at the color on it, too. Wow. Okay. A little more. Yeah.
You can go heavy.
Okay.
It's fluffy.
It is fluffy. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
Just save a little for your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, your dad's a Baozhong drinker. What does he think of the more aged stuff?
I don't love him enough to drink tea with him like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to my dad.
Shout out.
No, you know, I will say, like, aged tea is a kind of a more polarizing thing.
Uh-huh.
It's not, I mean, with the pu'er, it's going to help it, you know, maybe tame it out, you know, relax it a little bit, but some of the aged flavors are a little bit interesting, so I did have send some tea to a pu'er, just random stuff to a friend. He's like, gosh, this tastes like poo. And I was like, you mean like a barn? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, you mean like hay? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. It is pu'er, but
I don't think that's why it has the name.
Anyway, shout out to John. Pretty funny.
Was it like poo in a good way, or was it actually poo in
like
the more typical?
Yeah, he wasn't as fond of the pu'er.
Okay.
So I ended up giving him more oolongs and black teas.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes.
I mean, oolongs and black teas are always
pretty
easier.
Yeah.
Pleasers.
Give him some pressed white tea that I had a brick of, and just some easy stuff. Wow, beautiful color. Very obviously different than a fresh Baozhong would look. Nice. Looks pretty clear. Actually, this chai looks a little. So yeah, looks pretty clear. What do you think?
Yeah.
Rinse it again, but
I think we should drink it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great smell.
We don't want Wrench Drinker 42 to stalk us down.
Gosh,
and
I know.
get at us.
Stop sending packages to my house.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers. Here, I'm gonna smell this too.
Wow. Yeah.
Sort of has that like fruit leather smell
Totally.
going on, and it sort of tastes like that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, not particularly sweet. All of the classic Baozhong flavors are like gone. It's, you know, not crisp really or floral even, maybe a little bit, but
Right.
And certainly not very green tasting. Much more roasted, aged.
Yeah.
Minerally.
Very, very friendly profile. You might not want to serve this to your dad, but I think this is more in the less in the poo category and more in the accessible category in a way.
I agree. Very apt. Yep.
Yeah.
Apt.
Sorry, Denny's dad. You gotta live vicariously. You have to wash his string.
Yeah. I don't think he would like this.
Okay.
Yeah. No. The Baozhong was an upgrade from like Tazo Earl Grey packets.
Okay.
So, which is totally cool. Everyone gets to enjoy tea how they want.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was stoked on it. So, and I think he's ordered from them again. I hope at least. And I recommend them Everlasting Tea, which is where we're getting this tea from, to quite a few folks who are getting started into tea.
Yeah. Really deep connections into Pinglan, Baozhong area.
Yeah.
Them and Floating Leaves are always the two vendors I think of when I think of Baozhong. But aged Baozhong, I think Everlasting Teas wins that one.
Totally. Yeah. Pretty uncommon, frankly. I mean, aging tea in general is kind of a newer thing with some of these teas.
Yeah.
Very interesting smell on it.
Yeah, very clean smell.
Right. A little
This is not like in that full, we're sponsored by Can of Beats thing. This is more in the very clean. There's more high fruit notes to this going on. Rather, and a little bit of woody vibes. It certainly tastes aged, but less of the this is like a wood forest floor.
Totally.
Or something like
Right.
that.
Yeah. Not as garden dirt vegetal.
Yeah. They didn't pay us enough, so we I killed them as a sponsor.
Big Garden didn't pay us.
Big Beet thought they could buy us off with like 4 cans of beets. It's like
No way. No. We're taking new sponsorship requests though.
Yeah.
All of the money we make on this.
Anything that you can grow in a garden, happy to shout out. Yeah.
Right. So
cheers.
Yeah, shockingly clean. Interesting that it has kind of a creaminess to it, a little bit, kind of a nuttiness to it. It's almost like it's roasted, but I don't think it actually was roasted. Does it taste like it?
Not recently, at
yeah.
least. Yeah. Which is usually my preference. If this tea starts to taste like a roast, then even if it's aged, it'll have a certain profile to it.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of sweetness going on.
Exactly.
Very little astringency, bitterness, or anything like that.
Yeah. Not saccharine sweet though. Not too much in any way. Subtle, but still nice. Definitely on the spectrum of bitter to sweeter, certainly.
Yeah, for sure.
Quite good. Very clean.
Indeed. Yeah.
Cheers. A little bit thicker now.
Yeah.
But not even really astringent or bitter in any way.
Yeah.
Just a more mouthfeel.
I think this tea you could really probably push pretty hard, and
Sure.
it'd take a while for it to really bite back. It's a very, very pleasant profile. I think your dad might not like this, but I do think this passes something like the mom test.
I think so too. Yeah. Definitely, and it definitely opens up a flavor profile that I think is uncommon in tea drinking in general. So even finding something like this in a pu'er, aged pu'er would be hard.
I agree. Yeah. Usually, pu'er just kind of has a little bit of a different profile, less of that like plum fruit sweetness going on.
Exactly.
And, I don't know. Tends to get a little earthier.
Totally. Yeah. We'll push this one a little bit, actually, speaking of which. And I agree, there's that sort of plum, stone fruit vibe going on. Not quite cherries, though. More like, plums.
Yeah. Ultralight test?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Any of these twisted oolongs are so good for that. Especially, too, because there's a practical reality where if you're drinking oolong out of a mug and the leaves are rolled up still... You're like eating leaves, whereas when the leaves are unfurled because they're twisted, just in your first sip or two, you kind of have can filter it with your mouth a little bit.
Which is better
for ultralight, for drinking grandpa style, definitely. Yeah.
So you'd sacrifice. Denny is a well-known gram weenie, and so which is a term I did not know until recently.
Yeah.
But so you would sacrifice 5 grams to bring this along.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I bring a titanium guy one out there with me.
Yeah.
Which actually is double insulated, double walled, because if it were single walled, it would be so painful.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So you be a little careful.
Well,
where you bring out.
Wait for the Denny Sids to come out. Yeah.
They're coming. Wink, wink.
We got the frickin' Snyder cut before we got Denny episodes. I think he was more well paid than you, but we did get the Snyder cut.
Barely, but Oh my god.
The Snyder cut was 4 hours that I have not watched of gloriousness.
Yeah.
I hope we can expect the same from the Denny Sods.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's gonna be an odyssey. Cheers. This is the best one, and I pushed it quite a bit.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Not really any hint of sour, and maybe just a very slight hint of tartness, but not a lot.
No.
Very, very friendly.
Yeah, the plum comes out now, the leather comes out, a little bit of cream in there. Really tasty, like a little oaty almost.
Yeah, totally agree. Really nice profile. Nice way to, I don't know, the tea like this is, it's more uncommon just because I don't know. It's hard to find. It's hard to age
Right.
Oolong for this long. I think the profile is something that just so many people would enjoy if
Totally.
they did have access.
Yeah, totally. Want to do one more cup?
Sure, let's do it.
Cool. And I just totally eyeballed, basically filled up the brewing vessel here with, what is this called? It's not a gaiwan. What is it?
Shibo.
Shibo,
is
okay.
the abbreviation.
This is the Korean style, right?
Korean, Japanese.
Got it, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you can just go hard on this, throw it in some ceramic, let it hang out for a while.
Yeah.
When you think it's done, boil the leaves. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, especially kind of a priced tea like this, get
Yeah.
as much out of it as you can.
Good grandpa style brew too.
Totally.
Even the thing that might just cut you short on that is maybe a little too expensive. I don't actually know what this costs, but usually older tea tends to run a little bit higher.
We don't know what these things cost anymore. We don't look
Yeah.
at the labels.
Oh, Stevie! Could you
Oh,
check
God.
my everlasting receipt?
Oh boy, yeah.
Somehow our accents are getting worse. I think especially mine. I blame myself.
Yeah, you're kind of traversing Europe a lot at this point.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I watched The White Lotus the other day, and like one of the main guys has like an Australian accent. And I tried to imitate it, and for some reason, it sounds like just a terrible Indian accent. That's how bad my accent is.
There you go.
Yeah, so I won't imitate that because it's probably insensitive. But
This, yeah. Grab this though. I'd say, look, get tea within your budget, of course. But this is a really unique tea that I think is hard to find ways to replicate for younger teas that are radically different than this one. It's just unique, which is fun to bring it onto the show as a result. And we've been fortunate enough to have a few of these aged Baozhongs from Everlasting. But definitely go support them and grab some samples, grab some...
get this as a reference point. I mean,
Totally.
You don't, like, tea in general, like, if you're calculating on a per session basis, it's just not that expensive.
Right.
So, I mean, like, even if this is a more expensive than average tea, which, frankly, we should have researched and seen how much it was, I have a hard time thinking it's going to be that outrageous that it's unattainable for most people that watch this show.
Right. Yeah, truly. I mean, gosh, I hesitate to say go pretty hard with the brewing style on it, but I do think that it works really well. Oh,
Yeah.
Really interesting. A little bit of a wood, like a fermented wood chip thing going on.
Yeah, it still smells really good.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I wouldn't hesitate. I think you should go really hard on
I
this
think so,
if
too.
you're not grandpa styling.
Yeah.
If you're grandpa styling, then I think it's pretty flexible. But
I was in a rap group called Grandpa Stylin'.
is there a G at the end or no?
No G, definitely.
Apostrophe?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
No, got to get the
Yeah.
the language
Find
right.
us on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Cheers.
Cheers. DJ Pencil Shavings. Grandpa styling.
Oh, totally. So, yeah, it's our first EP.
Yeah.
It was great.
I like the long brews. Yeah. They're
Totally.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah. More plum, more fruit.
It's just richer. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think at this point would want to boil the water again for this one.
I agree. Yeah.
Everlastingteas.co, I believe.
Yeah, I googled them. They're based in New York. So yeah, they've been
Totally.
around. Been doing a good tea for a while now.
Kind of hard to get anything bad out of that company, truly. So go pick up some of their tea. Check us out on TeaDB.org for more ridiculousness. Actually, written content is not ridiculous. James, the Lord of Tea Guru, written content certainly keeps it serious. If you want ridiculousness, subscribe to our YouTube channel and send this video to your favorite cat. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Ciao. Nixon. Nixon on these hoes. Yeet, yeet.
I'm not a crook.